Okay, I think once again it's that time of the week where we are live for Nathan to do a little bit of improvised rap. So if you're familiar with this, then you realise how this talky bit at the beginning is often while I'm still attempting to do stuff. So hopefully you're chilled out about that prospect. Rapping will come soon, but first of all, I've just got to find the back end, which tells me when you're talking to me, all of you people who are no doubt listening. Not to be sarcastic, but occasionally people aren't listening. But if you are, then definitely put in some responses so that when I check out the page, I will be pleasantly surprised by people who are ready to listen. We've got no responses currently, but that's absolutely fine. I know that sometimes these things take a little bit of time to load. Then definitely put in some responses so that when I check out the page, I will be pleasantly surprised by. We've got no responses currently, but that's absolutely fine. I know that sometimes these things take a little bit of time. Then definitely put in some responses. Then definitely put in some responses. When I check out the page, we have our first listener. Well, we definitely do, but we don't have our first rap because goodness knows if we actually managed to be doing this on time, then that would be a shock to everyone involved. If more people are listening who will be more upset by me taking a long time, then make your presence known. I'm not making any commentary as to our current listener. Great. Okay, so let's go. Let's go with an initial. At some point there's going to be some kind of current affairs based rap, because I promised that, and I will indeed come through on my promise, but I'm not sure. It's not the first one. I'm not sure what the noise level's going to be like, so feel free to comment as to whether the noise levels are appropriate. In particular, whether my voice is too loud or too quiet in comparison. So to start by giving a sort of state of the rap address, I may be saying that I'm not looking my best, but that's because my new webcam has not yet arrived. I said I'd get it last week, but I was late in ordering it, and then I realised I could just buy one from my little brother, and then it seems like a prize. I could probably get it cheaper, you see, if I used my ability to be creeping, you see, from my little brother. He's got loads of tech stuff, which he doesn't use, slightly rough, but I'll be using it instead, so it seems like that's okay, but it does mean that I've got low res today nonetheless. Let's get on to our first theme. The sort of guys who were an Egyptian team, they ran pyramid schemes, they were pretty wicked guys, so it seems like you're gonna be surprised, because the Egyptians seem like they were in denial. Often they were some sort of building of files, because they loved building inlines and files, and also triangles, which is like miles high. Well, not quite that high, but that was spectacular, but they were pretty great. Boy, they were immaculate. Those boys, and some girls too, man, they did real buildings, and they were true to their ideals. They were like, man, the sky's really great, and so if I could have something which would point up straight to the North Star or seasonal things, then that would be great. And it seems that the kings and the queens all had that as an idea, that they could maybe have a mausoleum without peer, and then they would appear to be something more than the humans they sincerely were, sincerely would be, perhaps. Anyway, so those guys were pretty great. They would have had maybe some wood too. I used wood already, but it might be good to repeat that as I deliver these lines, because it might be delivery's fine, but like a postman who sometimes trips over, I could work on my delivery. It could be okay, but anyway. Sometimes I'm ill-defined as I try to keep up till the end of the line. I mean, I'm not mathematical with this kind of thing. I could have a proof to write out, but I can't be bothered to be bringing these quickly. And sometimes if I do it too quick, I get sickly. And it seems to me that if I do it wrong, then I won't be able to code my maths in the song, because I might be turning up to the market too late, and everybody will be angry that my proof wasn't straight. And I'll be flipping around like a butterfly on a leaf, and everybody tells me that I should have been brief. They'll be like, you had caterpillar tracks, and your tracks were bad, and your caterpillar lacks the beauty which sometimes comes after confusion. It might be good if I could transform pretty soon, because my property portfolio is lacking some kind of skill. I just live in a loft, and sometimes I'm ill, and that just means that no one can use the loft at all. Well, not really, because I've got a room downstairs and all, but I'm never going to show you that, because this is great, and frankly it suffices to be doing my rap game, and I don't need no stocks or shares. In fact, those kind of financial things give me a scare. So if that's what I'm doing, it seems like I might have a lot to be eschewing, but I'm not saying that I'm doing the lack, because I'm pretty happy with my current facts. Yeah, good at words. Your voice is too quiet. Okay, I think. We can do things like that. I can just make the music less quiet. That's like a poor solution. Great. Okay. Well, let's move on to track. I'm trying to like stick on a topic for a little bit of time, rather than what I was doing before, which is where I was just rushing the words. If you think that's good, then tell me, and if you don't, then tell me that too. You know, just let me know exactly how you feel. That's something I am very much into. Suffice to say, track number 3. Backing still needs to be quieter. Goodness, I really should prepare this beforehand. This would be a more appropriate way of doing things. I doubt that's the case. That's what I'm going to say to you. I doubt that's the case. Just answering for people who watch later, just answering the video. Do a little bit of that, a little bit of response with the audience. Anyway, track number 3. Let's roll with it. Got some new tracks. Some of them maybe a little bit slow, but I was fine with that. I just thought I'd try some slightly different things. And maybe pay them more. If you remember the last song, that seemed to work not poorly. Great. I mean, not everybody likes self-critique, but I mean, that was quite good. Ending a little bit weak, you know. So we'll just keep going. Still too loud. Still even now. Maybe the things I'm doing are not affecting it. That would be dumb. How about now? How about now? Can you hear me quite clearly? If I talk loud, are you gonna be near me? Are you gonna be telling me that I'm doing enough? Or are you gonna be telling me my volume level's rough? Is the stuff that I'm saying able to be heard? Or maybe I'm just saying different, mouthing the words, I don't know. Giving me some kind of feedback. Maybe my only audio person is lacking, and I'm gonna be standing and sitting in front of the backing, and maybe it's just me and it's backing tracking through its ideas, and maybe I fear that I'm the only one who's being heard. Lynn, are you hearing me? Because if not, I don't know. Maybe it's impossible to hear. I guess that's so. Anyway, I'll carry on just talking to my one and only streamer. I was hoping I might hear something back. I guess that won't be my issue. Right, next track. I think this is the one that I thought was really fun. I'm gonna try. I'm trying to get new tracks every week. So if you are streaming, by the way, feel free to suggest words for me to say. You guys can do that. Self, and if I had too much ideas, a wealth of things to say, then I would be doing fine. But sometimes I smell spelling ink undermines. There's too much going on in my head to say just some random words, and then I'm not okay. I'm like a head case because there's too much in my head. In case I would prefer to do today, but in case I do this instead, then I'll try not to follow my tail ahead. Like when you're seeing the things that, like the rear end of a dog constantly spinning round, getting its tail. You wonder which end of the dog will prevail, but it's not like my bark is worse than my bite. Instead, I'm gonna be trying to try and be contrite, try and be polite. Maybe that's the sort of thing which will end up alright. Because the reviews of this are hardly forthcoming, but it's not like I'm gonna say that I'm dumbing down the content. I'm like some bad school. I'm just trying to make sure that all of you fools are able to hear some rapping once a week, and maybe if the time speak, you can hopefully see me for a refuge from your current situation. Maybe there's some computing homework you're hating. Anyway, I don't want to be a sheep, so it seems to me that though my rapping can be deep, occasionally woolly, you might prefer, well, I don't know, I just have head first, so don't want to be flocking to the bad ideas like everyone else. And as far as slightly random ideas are concerned, well, I've got a wealth. Anyway, gotta concentrate on the idea so that I am able to keep my concentration inside. Like when you're staring at the side of orange juice bottles, you're like, concentrate, am I throttling you? If I don't concentrate, maybe the NaCl is not straight. That's salt, you say, but that's partly sodium, and if you have it too concentrated, you'll be odorless. Won't be able to swim in that, you'll float on top. Maybe if it's too salty, you'll stop, cause you'll be angry with the anger in my commentary. Maybe there's not enough salt, you're gonna be thirsty. Maybe that's too much. Anyway, I get mixed up, not a chemistry student, so when I mix up my solutions, they often don't work. If you're not part of the problem, you're the precipitation. Work. Precipitate. Just some chemistry for you. It's almost as if I know our audience appreciates chemistry. No, I think. I think now is the time for our... So I'm just fiddling with my setup, because, now is the time for our current affairs rap. This could be a part every week of Nathan's improv rap show, of MC DeltaT. Yeah, gotta say, let's have it. Let's be Avenue, where police live. So you wanna be hearing the last week's news? Maybe Brexit means Brexit got you confused, cause you're unsure exactly what Brexit means. Well, it seems to me that you are coming clean, cause nobody knows, no one's got any idea. Maybe that's fine, I think that might be more okay than it appears. But Davis and Boris Johnson too, none of those guys seem to have a clue. And all the May's done is shot down their ideas, and it might be, seems to me, that she is appearing slightly more wise than she has been before. So she has 3 guys that she can ignore anyway. Other things, there's some recent tax documentation which is on the up. The EU has decided to collect Ireland's taxes, and that is pretty good stuff, because Apple's been let off paying less than 1%, and the 1% seems to be paying hardly any rent. And it might be fine if it wasn't putting a dent in the welfare spending of everyone else sending their kids to school. They're the fools, because they can't pay taxes, they can't avoid them. You'll see the difference between them and the corporations. Everybody thinks that they're to battle stations. Anyway, another thing which is kind of great is an amendment that went through yesterday. I love the fact that now companies are going to have to say their revenues and monies from any country that they've been working in. They can't be attacking us, can't be turking the ideas without saying who they're paying, which seems to be great for third world nations where they're staying. And another good thing is that there are many ways we can sing today, but I've got lost. See, sometimes political narrative. Oh, this tune's run out. We're gonna go back. There's more to say. This I promised you a current affairs rap. We had some unhappy news with that Italian quake, and it seems to me that when another thing happens, my heart breaks. Whether it's something there or like the Iraqi capital, which I think was recently bomb scared or probably bombed. I think it's terrible. Hey, there's many different people dying in the world each day, and I prefer not to just be focusing on one kind of thing, but sometimes it's easier to, your mind to currently bring ideas from places where you've been or heard of. But it seems to me that if you've heard of the summit which is happening in China, we have been receiving some bad publicity, because we've been told by the Japanese they don't want to do trade deals unless we're in the union, and how if we're gonna leave we've got to be staying within the financial area soon. And that might be fine, because they might undermine their own power, because they're hardly the guys to define the policy of their own countries and states. They can't control Nissan, and they'd hate if they had to leave, probably, but I'm not sure. Maybe if we leave we're not going to be insured against the consequences. Though recently today I heard that our services sector is up, so word, gotta be glad of that. And also there's like 6 big nations who want to do trade deals, so we're in an okay position. I think we're not gonna topple, not standing on the brink, heading into the drink, gonna slink off sad. In fact, sometimes it kind of makes me slightly mad that we're gonna do fine even while we trash Europe. So can't ignore it that if we leave we're gonna hurt those guys. Germany, France, Italy, some supplies gonna be denied. And yeah, I quite liked being in there, but 52% disagreed with me. But nonetheless, for us, I think there is some fairly positive news and trust that maybe by the end of the year we can acknowledge there was more truth to the stuff about it being Project Fear than Project Truth, which sadly for me, because I thought I was not confused, but I guess you got to admit when you're wrong, and that seems to be the end of our politics song. So, you know, slightly random current affairs section, which is 105, okay. We're gonna finish off one final word bass. And this time we're gonna be going quick, gonna be going slick, hopefully be looking slick, not sure, but I've got my coffee, so I'll be able to do sweet rhymes like toffee. And if you think the bloodshed's been bad so far, then you've not heard me when I'm mad so hard, cause I'm not gonna be getting mad this evening. I'm feeling pretty chill, so my business is leading the chorus. and breathing in and out and telling you exactly what I'm about to flout my rhymes, to do it quickly and be telling me that you can't be ridiculous if you're me. Cause I'm ridiculous, no less of me, no ridic. So I've got no idea exactly what I'm saying, but a net is a great place to be slaying certain crazy ideas, like when I've got thinking maybe I should worry if I'd be drinking exactly what I'm drinking. Mainly it's water. Would I have something better if I could? Maybe I water. Is great. See, that's the kind of juice that I certainly don't hate, and if it's made from black currants from British Isles, that's the sort of thing which gives me even more smiles. Not that continental black currants aren't really great, I just never have one of those guys on my plate, because Ribena is my main number one, man. It's the number one taste when I'm having suntan, which is all the time, as I've already said, and I'm like employed by them to tell you my head is mainly filled with some fantastic ideas about how they could start with some beers. I don't really like beer, but Ribena beer, that would be cool. If you were drinking that on a Sunday, you'd not be a fool, but you might have to limit your intake, otherwise you might be able to be breaking the limit. And that would be bad if a policeman calls you over and it might be your dad, and he'd be like, why are you drinking this weird fluffy stuff? And you'd be like, have you tasted it? It don't taste like us. The emphasis is on the idea that I am able to supply words and not try to be worried about how it is transmitting. The transmission is sometimes what I'm trying hitting. The words at the end of the line might look like a nerd, but I guess that's fine. You bet the negligence is gonna be fine. I'm not a firefighter, but I'm spitting pretty hot rhymes and bringing pain to your ears. Sometimes there's tears, but not often, I fear, because my words can be assault on your brain, but I'm not the one crying, so it's gonna be fine again. And it's astonishing to me that sometimes as I look out the window, you cannot see, cause my windows are over there. But let me tell you, when I stop and stare at the sky, the glory of the clouds above, made by the one God who I really love, I think that the sky is pretty fantastic. We can't make anything better from plastic, so I want to put my... Oh man, we've got... We'll jump back into the middle, and then we'll finish in style, okay? I want to put my pedal to the metal and just say that there is going to be my head all in the ideas as I finish this one off. I may not have much expertise, but I know what I'm above. See, my foundation is currently wood, and that might be fine, but it's certainly good. Won't fall through the floor like a room without a roof, cause I'm feeling pretty happy and that's gotta be the truth. Don't wanna withdraw my argument so quickly, cause I'm feeling good and I wanna be on Strictly like Ed Balls. Man, what's that guy doing? I feel like there's some kind of politics he should be eschewing. Anyway, it should have been a shoo-in. He was pretty popular and the whole thing was ruined. When we hear that he might leave in like week 3, not following it closely, but it seems to me that Bake Off is the best thing. Hard to be great, anything's gonna be wonderful on your plate. If you're Mary or Paul, then you've gotta be happy, because every single week you are sitting and zapping in the microwave cake from like 3 weeks ago, and it seems to me that you ought to be able to know that you are getting exactly a breadwinner if you're being paid to be eating your dinner. Okay, well, thank you so much for another week of MC DeltaT Improv. Tell me what you think, if there's things that you think I could improve, if you'd ways you'd like to be different, and I will be back with you next week at 8.